I read you went to a psychic when you were 25 who told you weren't going to be engaged until you were 65. And then at 65, you got engaged. Or at 65,
Well,
you met the person.
I went to an astrologer for the first time. She was great. She told me about my childhood, everything. And then at the end, she said, oh, and by the way, you're going to meet your soulmate at 65. And I said, no, I think, no, it can't be. And she said, I'm usually right, but that's what I'm telling you. And I was crazed. And then I thought, I'm just going to prove her wrong, which I didn't do. But and I had long relationships, and not every relationship is meant to be for life. That's something else people have to get settled in their head. It's not, maybe it's 10 years, maybe that's how long it's supposed to be. And then when I was 65, Ian Schrager, who's still my best friend, introduces me to the guy I'm with now, and we were like, we never would have spoken to each other because we're so different and we're from different worlds. We would never have gotten together on our own, which is why it's so great to introduce people when you really feel that there's someone that's a match. But we're together 10 years now, and it's really fascinating that at this point in my life, at 65, I was ready for a soulmate. I was not ready before, to be totally honest. And you know what? We acknowledge that neither one of us were ready before for this kind of a relationship.
I get it. I'm on that track myself. So I get it immensely. I think when people are single and they cry and blah, 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 it's like, you need to look inside. It's like you secretly are not ready. Like, you're fine in life. Like, I really believe like people don't do things they don't want to do. So like, if you're crying about it, like, you're happy, like you like this life, that's okay. Just admit it.
Well, people look at other people and think that they're having they're happier. Everybody thinks somebody else is happier. They have kids, they have or they, whatever. You know what? It's a moment in time of happiness, if it is, and probably it's not everything you're building it up to be. And so sometimes just look here. Don't go there. Just look right here, and you'll find what it is you should be doing to allow that to happen. And relationships are complicated. They're hard. They're it's not even just self-love, but you can be in other kinds of relationships that are draining you. It could be friendships, it could be family, it could be all kinds of things draining you, not allowing you to participate in a relationship. So it takes a lot of thought about what's happening in your life and why you think you want something and it's not happening. First of all, see what's going on. Really take a good look and understand what's happening.
I agree. Final two questions, then we'll wrap up quickly. I know, because you kept saying we're on the verge of something big, and like, what do you think? Because, COVID, we all been in sweats, at least in the beginning, and now we're like, where do you think fashion's going? Like, once the world is open, and what's next? Are we going to continue this sweats look?
Well, I think it's going to be very hard to give up comfort. It's going to be very hard for a lot of women to put on heels. I think we will, but if somebody comes up with a shoe that gives us the same feeling we wear in heels, but it has the comfort and the ease that we've gotten used to, like bare feet, slides, sneakers, I'm sorry, I'm not giving those up. And I have some shoes that I've collected through the years that are quite gorgeous. I visit them every once in a while. It's like, girls, we're not going out yet. But I do think we know from our business that weddings, parties, events like that are going to be on steroids. There are so many dressy dresses, wedding dresses, dresses you wear to your friend's wedding being purchased right now. You would think that the world was getting married. Everything seems to be focused in that way. So I think that there's going to be dancing and getting dressed up and all of that. But you can't deny that comfort is something we now have a chip in our head. A year long of comfort, that doesn't go away. We have a COVID imprint that I think is there permanently about how to feel good. And I must say Zumba is definitely a threat, because sitting on our butts, and I have to work out twice as much because I'm sitting more than I ever sat in my life. So I do think this comfort and then getting out and being more physical and interacting is going to affect the way comfortable clothes look. It'll be less lounging around pajama-y, but more, an interactive kind of thing. But it's all going in a good direction because it means we're living again.
Time. And finally, how do you want to be remembered?